Swear to trains!
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Moon Studio Dark Knight. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging right up front. Yeah, we have a nice image of a Dark Knight in his robot mode, in his train mode. His name is Dark Knight. Up top, Radiotron. On the bottom, nothing. On this side of the box, we have Dark Knight. On this side of the box, we have a train. On the back of the box, you have some obligatory product shots, this, that, the other things and stuff. Warning, don't eat anything in this box that could be very bad for you. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have Dark Knight, and this is the next component of Moon Studios' Radiotron, their Raiden, and this is their take on Getsuei. And I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation, but yes, here he is in his robot mode. I think it looks quite good. Nice and G1-y, but let's get in close here so we can take a look, not at his belly, but at his noggin. Oh, there's a noggin. And nicely done face sculpt, in my opinion. Nice metallic blue there for the eyes, silver for the face, a little bit silver up there as well. Guy's little ears there. You got some transparent yellow and red plastic in there on the chest. And a little black, a lot of dark blues. He's dark. He's a Dark Knight. But still, nice and G1-y looking, keeping it simple there with the detailing. A little bit of black there on the toes. And move up the back. Pretty clean. A little bit of a backpack, but nothing too egregious. All in all, not too shabby. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint. You do have your wiggly-waggly. He can look up a good bit. He can squirrel. He can totally do squirrel. He can look down. Head can do a full 360. Arms can do a full 360. They can move in and out. You can move the pen out of the way. You can get some nice outward movement there. You can also use a transformation joint as well. You do have a bicep rotation. You have a double jointed elbow. So you have good range of movement there. Although if you go a little too far, you'll disconnect this. But hey, you can use that joint as well if you need to. As far as the hands go, you do have wrist rotation. Yeah, posable fingers. The thumb is on a ball joint at the base, and then a hinge as well. And each finger is on a ball joint at the base, and you have a hinge, like mid-knuckle there. You do have waist rotation. It kind of bumps up against the backpack, but you can kind of move the backpack out of the way. He does have an ab crunch. If you disconnect this little latch here, you do get some ab crunchage as well, if you need it. I don't usually use it, but hey, you can totally do it if you want to. It's there. It's there for you if you need it. Close that back up. And these panels can move out of the way to accommodate the leg movement. Legs can move forward that far, back that far, outward. You can do the full splits. Yeah. Thigh rotation, you have rotation right above the knee. You have 90 degrees of bend at the knee. And the feet, you can use, it's on a double hinge here, so you can move the foot up, move the foot down. And you do have ankle tiltage. And you have a bit of a toe joint there if you need it as well. And one more thing, the most important thing is, since he does form the other foot of the combiner, he does have these hinges in here, and he can achieve teapot mode. Now, as far as accessories go, he does include his gun here, just cast all in black with a little bit of red in there. And you do also get the big combine mode cannon deal going on here. And just cast all in black, just like the one that came with Yukikaze. So, nicely done. Some nice detail going on there. And if you want, you can hold both of these Obviously, you can hold this one in his hand, like so. You can pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang. But if you want to, you can also flip down the handle on this. You can also hold this as a giant handheld weapon. Things you can do if you want to do it. You can't really, his shoulders aren't really that strong to hold it up, but there you go. You kind of get it working there. You know, pew pew boom boom, pew pew boom boom. Let me hear you say way out. I don't know. But you can also plug this into the top here. Plug it in from the side and then rotate it in. Flip this back up. And if you want to, you can just store all of this on his back right there. If you want it, hey, storage is there. Storage is there for you if you need it. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with MP44. So again, you can see these guys are, these are big boys. These are some big boys here. And here he is with his fellow foot, and together they have great strength of feet. But, you know, he is with Yukikaze. So you can see how the team is shaping up so far. They look good together. They're looking good, so there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. Okay. So to get him into train mode, first thing we are going to do here is we are going to pop open the chest and then just tuck his head down. Close that up. And we're done. No, we're not done. Open up this panel here. This panel's on a slider, so just slide it forward. Just leave that out of the way. Raise this panel up. Then you're going to open up the forearm. You're going to open it up all the way, and then take the hand and just flip it in. It's a little cramped. Could have been a little bit more clearance, but it goes in just like that. And then the forearm will compress up on a double hinge, and then you just close that up. And you got that done. So you want to unclip the arm from back here, like that, and then you just kind of want to push it forward to engage this upper hinge here. Just push it forward, and then you can bring this up, and you have a tab and a slot right there. So just take it and plug it in. Oh, that pinched me a little bit. Ow. Ow, it pinched me right in between here. It pinched me. Ow. 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 That hurt. So just clip those two together like that without injuring yourself. And then once you've done that, you just rotate the shoulder out like so. And leave that there for now. Second verse, just like the first, hopefully without the injuries. So bring that down, slide that panel forward, open that up. And then flip open the forearm. Flip in the hand, and then collapse the forearm up, close that up, like so, unclip the arm, bring that up, clip this in without hurting yourself, there we go, and then just rotate that shoulder out, and you got that going on. So now that we have done that, you're just going to take the arms and just raise them up, like so. So now that we have done that, we will work on the backpacular region here. So just untab all this and undo all of this. All this will just flip open like so. Now this guy works a little bit more annoyingly than Yukikaze, because on Yukikaze, these panels here could actually swing out a little bit more, and these don't. These just stop right there, so you don't have as much clearance to get things kind of clipped into place. I found the best way to do it is, well, first you're going to extend this piece out, bring it up, and then slide it back down. So I found the best way to do it is to just kind of get these in place first. I clip everything down, and then kind of tab in all this back here. So he has a little bit, this guy has a little bit of fiddle factor here, but because for some reason they didn't give him the same kind of smoothness of engineering with this little section here as they did with Yukikaze. I don't know why, but there you go. It's not too much of a chore. You can see, you get it all together just fine. Just you have to do it just a slightly different way. There you go. So we got all that situated. Now we can take these panels here and you just swing them down, and then the side panels will just come down and you have a tab and a slot right there. So just get that in place, tab that in, then you have a little tab and a little notch right there for that to go into. So just get all of that into place, like so. There we go. That connection's a little too tight there, but still comes together well. And same thing on the other side. Just get that tabbed in, and then just get that notched in, like so. And this we're just going to leave the way it is for now. So now, that's pretty much it for this section. Well, for now anyway. Now we're going to work on the legs. So we move on downtown, and you're going to extend the foot. It's on a double hinge, so just extend it and then just rotate it out to get that out of the way. You want to then just kind of bring this panel up, open this up, open this back section up, like that. And this whole section here is on a double hinge. That will just shift out, like so, and that will give you the clearance you need to get under here and flip this panel out. Got a little panel here. It's going to flip forward. And once you've done that, you just come down here, you open this panel, you bring up this section here, and then you bring the section with the wheels down, and then flip the wheels themselves up. And then you close this off. That would just sit right there. And then you shift all of this up, like so. You bring this little section down, fold his toes back, and then you bring that foot up on that double hinge to the utmost position, and then that will just shift in. That will tab in right there. Just get that all situated, like so. You can rotate this panel around, but we'll deal with that later. And there you go. And second verse, guess what is just like the first. So open all this up, swing that out to the side, open that up, undo that panel, open that up, then shift all of this upward, swing that out, swing this over, and then open that up, flip that down, flip it up, close it up, bring it back down, and there you go. And then shift all of this upward, flip that down, put the toes in, shift the foot up, rotate it inward, and then just get everything nice and plugged in, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. And there you go. So now that we've done that, rotate this around. And now we've done that, you can just take the two halves and just squeeze it all together. Get it all nice and squozen. Get all nice and squozen. And there we go. So now we're going to work on these wheel sections a little bit. So just like with Yukikaze, you do have these little retaining tabs that the camera will focus. There we go. These little retaining tabs in here that you want to flip up, and they're basically just to keep the wheels from folding back in. Although they don't really work all that well, but it's what their purpose is. It's what they're intended to do. So flip them up. And flip that up. There you go. So once you've done that, you can just take these two halves here, and they will just clip together like that. Now I have to do the same thing with these back wheels. So flip these up, and again, you have that little retaining tab here that you just kind of flip up. Like that, and like that. And there you go. So you have that. So now we're pretty much at the home stretch here. We can come under here, open this up. All this will come down. You have tabs that will go up into slots here on this roof section. You just get that all situated like that, and then you just kind of swing this in, and then these two panels will peg together. Plug it in, like so, and then this will just all come together, and this will tab in right here on the side. Just want to make sure that this panel is out of your way. You want that up for now. And that should just swing in. And tab in on the sides. Get all that situated. And there we go. And do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of swing this in. And on this side, you have the tab that has to go under this. So just swing that in, tab that in, and just kind of get this other panel in. Get that situated. Then you just bring that down. So, again, get everything nice and squozen. For some reason, for me, this side doesn't like to stay together. You stay. You stay. You stay. You'll be good. You'll be good. There we go. Make sure that's all sitting flush. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. And there we go. There we have Dark Knight, aka Getsuei, in his train mode. That's the spin we're going to get out of him, apparently. But there he is. There he is in train mode. And he's a nice boxy train here. I dig it. I dig it. I can work with it. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You have transparent plastic there for the windshield. You even get some windshield wipers there. Picked out in paint. You get some bits of silver. Some nice little details. Molded in. You get some lights there done in transparent plastic as well. Overall, some nice looking detail going on. Nice detail in there. Your doors and whatnot. Well, no. Looks pretty good, in my opinion anyway. As always, to each their own, but I think it looks pretty good. Here's some windshield wipers back there. Picked out in silver. Yes, there is the top. There is the bottom. Again, these wheels can rotate. You can have him rolling. He does roll. He rolls very smoothly, as rolling things should. Hooray for smooth rolling things. And now for comparison, here he is with MP10. It's the same size as MP44 in truck mode, so I'm going to use him for vehicle mode comparisons. Hey, it's one less thing for me to transform, but there he is with MP10. Here he is with Masterpiece Sideswipe. Again, just for a sense of scale there. And here he is with Yukikaze. So you can see how they look side by side, and they look quite good together. So there you go. Now, as far as storage for the weaponry goes, of course, the big old cannon here, you can just plug right up top, like so. And as far as his little blaster here, there is a tab and a slot right under here, and unfortunately, now on Yukikaze, it kind of works, but on this guy, like this, there's no friction whatsoever. That just falls right out. Like, there's just nothing. I mean, you could thicken the tab up with some floor polish or nail polish, but yeah, that just right out of the box, that no work. That no work one bit. But if you want to, you can always just plug it up top, just have it all up top. Do whatever you want. As always, it's yours. Do as you wish. And you do also get the coupling here. Get the camera will focus. There we go. Which is magnetic. which is quite nice. And you do have connection points on the front and the back here. So if you want, you can connect your train bots all up. And this is also very, very tight. There we go. Like so. And you can take your trains and start connecting them together thusly. And you can get all your trains going here. So hey, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So there you go. So that is it for the train mode. So let's get down to transformation again, shall we? Okay, so now let's get into combine mode. So to do that, first thing we're going to do is that we're going to flip them over, and we're going to just collapse these wheels back up. So again, just bring down those little retaining tabs here. Just flip those down. Flip that down. Like that. And just fold these wheels back in. You're going to do the same thing with these. Just flip these little retaining tabs back down. And get these wheels flipped back in. This section here will come down. This will tab into this slot right here. And that does hold nice and secure. There we go. So now we can start just kind of undoing stuff here. So just start popping open these panels here. Get all of this undone. Just flip that out. And undo these panels here. You can undo this bottom one here. Just so you can kind of flip that out. It gives you a little bit more room to work here. You can raise that up like that. And then you want to pop this whole roof section up. You're going to come back here. You want to remove the door. That exposes your combiner port there. And the door will plug into that little section right here. Oops. Those frictions right in. And that's where that stores. Then you can flip this in, and then you can just plug this right back down where it was. There you go. Now that you've done that, you come here and you split all of this in half, and we shall now work on the legs. So, pull this section out, pull the foot out. Again, use those double hinges here. Swing it out just to get things out of the way. You're then going to just undo this and just swing it out so you have room to work. And what you are doing here is you're going to bring this up. You're going to, first thing you want to do is you want to bend the leg, just like on Yukikaze. There's a hinge right in here, so you want to bend the leg at this hinge, like that. You want to bend it forward, just like that. Once you've done that, you can open this up, and this will collapse in on a double hinge and compress up like that. And then this panel will come up and peg in right here into the side, like so. If you have everything right, that should all just line right up. Then you just bring these wheels down, and once you've done that, you can basically just put everything back the way it was. Just collapse this back up, bring the foot back in, and make sure this panel stays up. Collapse all this back in, tab that back in, and there you have the side all done. The second verse is just like the first. And now that we have both sides done, you just clip it all together. Clippy clip. Can get it all nice and squozen. Get that all together. I'll just sit up there like that. There we go. And now, just a little bit more to do. You can take these two panels here, just tab them back together. That will fold in. Tab these two panels together, fold that in, and then these two will interlock. I'll go over and under here. Get that all situated. like so. And two more things to do here. You can take this gun, big old cannon, and that will plug in to the side of the foot. Right there, right there. This, for some reason, likes to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get attached, though. Get in there. There we go. There we go. That'll plug in to the side of the foot like that, and then the gun will store right here in this slot, and this connection is actually nice and solid. That's not falling out. So there you have your storage, and there you have a Dark Knight in his combine mode. And he's a big old foot. He is a big old foot. Nice looking big old blocky boxy foot. Again, I can work with it. This guy's going to be pretty big. And again, just for a comparison, there he is with MP44. So you can get a sense of what's going on here. Size-wise, that's a big foot. That's a big foot. So there you have Dark Knight, and yeah, another nicely done one here from Moon Studio. The train mode looks good, the robot mode looks good. On the transformation, it's a little bit more fiddly than on Iceland. Again, not to a frustrating degree, but there's a little more fiddle factor here, but all in all, not too bad. All in all, though, a solid figure in my opinion, and the team is starting to come along quite nicely, so there you go. Now, if you would like this or any of Moon Studios' other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the Radiatron playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Moon Studio Dark Knight. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Big geek, be proud, palm in your face.
Ah, another one of you train guys. So, who are you? It's not who I am, but what I do that defines me. Okay, but you have a name? Getsuei. Gesundheit. No, that's my name. Oh, sorry. And just so you know, I only work the night shift. It's kinda my element. But why? Darkness is my ally! I thought you could only adopt that.